Sometimes I forget how raw I can get in these videos. Fun thing is when people are put down enough and consistently enough, what ends up happening is they learn how to fight back very efficiently. I know how to, in fact, I've done this twice, where within 2 sentences, it affects the person forever. Excuse me. Sorry, post-nasal drip is just, there's always stuff going through my nose. It's annoying. Oh, this is a nice calm place. It's cool. I like it. Words can bite. I've been bitten enough times that I really know how to bite back. But it still hurts. I'm just thinking about the disregard of family and all of that. Just made a 15, almost 20-minute video on being not heard. In fact, the only reason I'm not posting that video up is because I start off with, yeah, in order to get anything done, you're going to have to blow up. And I was referring to that in terms of socially. But then later on, I talk about actually blowing up, where if you want to be heard as an autist, and this is something that, go ahead and ask the autistic community. Test me on this. Put it out there with a hashtag, right? Ask the autistic community, do you feel like you are heard? Or take the negative connotation that's less self-convicting and ask them, do you have to blow up for people to listen to you? Because that term of blow up refers to blowing your stack. To basically having to have an episode, have a fit. All those wonderful derogatory terms that people use to make themselves feel better about ignoring another person who is genuinely in pain. And I was just playing Fortnite with my best friend and his nephew, and my nephew, his son. I love those guys. And, I mean, towards the end, I told him, I miss the woman I love. I'm not going to use her name, because I've seen how brave people on the internet get. I almost wonder if I've been exposed to too much negativity in my life, that the few times I've seen brightness, they have been extremely bright. I mean, as far as karma goes, I mean, dark is definitely winning, but light has come through more than once. I tell him that I miss the woman I love very deeply. And he says, I know. And it hit. Give me a second. So he says, I know. And it hit that, man, every time anybody's listened to something that I found serious, that I found important, like really important, like not that whole, I'm excited, look at this video game, you know. That's the one that my family likes to bring up now that I'm an adult. And when that happened, I was 14, 12. That's where I come from. We have to blow up to be believed. I was living with my mother after being homeless because, you know, my father didn't want to help early. So I lost a stream of income because of negligence. Negligence by one of his buddies. He didn't want to help, but his buddy was a mechanic and didn't believe my brakes and blah, blah, blah. I lost a stream of income. And yes, I have been getting weaker. Whatever. So, I mean, for example, I know I've told this story before. It's so devastating to me because I'm not a really open person. I'm not the type of person that very easily takes off his shirt in public. I'm very conservative in nature, in every sense of the word. Okay? If I'm not conservative, That's because I'm either too excited or I'm reactive. I'm reacting to something. But like the front closet was where I changed. I was living on her couch. She kind of kept me there by getting in the way of a couple businesses I was trying to start and lying to me and getting in the way or making it unbearable. It's a rare thing when your mother can take 3 steps, look at you with sheer hatred in her eyes, flip you off, and say, fuck you. I'm never forgetting that. But I had to blow up because I was changing and the front door opened and acting like a screen. So let's say the front door is here, the closet door here. Closet door opens up, and except for like 2 feet, that whole section between the closet door open and the front door is just like nobody's there. There's no reason to be there. You know, it's a thing. 4 times she walked past me in my boxers or in just changing. Shirt on, shirt off. Pick a time. The 4 times she walked past me, opened the front door in the middle of the day, saying, oh, I want some fresh air. Now, to her it made sense. Because for you to take that kind of action, it's just disregarding. Meaning that how little does a person have to matter to you for them to say, oh, I just saw the neighbor's kids and they saw me in my boxers. Please don't do that again. And for you to say, she actually made those noises and did just that. I wish I was joking. And you can verify this with my best friend. I told him when he did, and nobody believed me. They're just like, what? That's the thing, you gotta blow up. Or you gotta lose your cool dramatically for anyone to listen. And then you get blamed for losing your cool because you threw a fit. I fucking hate coming from a passive-aggressive family. They might be betas, but I'm an omega. I'm the end of this shit. You better believe that wordplay's gonna keep coming, baby. I'm tired of hiding who I am. I'm tired of being gaslit and put down and put around. I've had a hard damn life, but I've lived. And my life, like if it wasn't for the trauma, you would all be jealous. I guarantee it, like the vast majority of you would. But then again, when you have nothing to lose and you're kind of a pleasure seeker, which I am very much a pleasure seeker, and you got nothing to lose, you got a little bit of intelligence behind you. I mean, YOLO. That was the motto of my life for a long time, and still is. When other people don't value you, when parents don't value their children don't value themselves. And so I live recklessly. I've almost died more times than I can count, but hey, you know what? The survival got my reflexes up. Let me tell you something. So, not being heard is the biggest complaint. And it hurts. Like, not on it's a sharp emotional pain. No, it is that slow ache cancer that eats at you day after day after day, person after person. We are meek. I've never met an autist that was naturally, aggressive. It takes trauma to get people to where they are, right? But we're just nice people. We're naturally gullible. We're very mechanical. And we want to be used. I've never met an autist that didn't want to live up to their potential. Not a single one. And we are mechanical. Woo! Whether it's art, whether it's... So, not being heard, there's so many fundamental reasons why that hurts. And I've had that happen with family repeatedly throughout my life, and just even reconnecting with family has hurt me. Like, seriously, financially hurt me. For years, hurt me. But I'm still standing. And I'm still a walking, talking, probably the most epic romance story in modern history if I live that long and if it works. I've had an incredible life. I'm tired. A person shouldn't be my age and this tired. But when you don't listen to us, that's what happens. And when you blow us off and disregard us and leave us in literal and figurative pain. Literal pain in the morning. It wears on you. And it took 3.5 years, but I started projecting that to the woman I loved, and that's why she's not with me anymore. So, I mean, as far as family goes, yeah, my mother won. She was insecure, depressed, and all of that. She took it out on me, and it worked. Between that and everybody else and everything else, the hundreds of job applications. I mean, no, I think thousands. I lied. Yeah, I crossed the 1,000 barrier. Degrees don't mean jack. So many things wrong, and my kind are different. We don't get any compassion. We're not even listened to. I would absolutely love it if in the comments or in a reply that you can post a link to any national news story on a national network, not like the local ones and whatnot. There's plenty of those little goodwill things and whatnot for a reporter to make their name or to add to their portfolio. I know that's cynical, but at the same time, it's not always off. And that's part of the problem. I would love to know a national news story on Autism Awareness Month that really talked about the fundamentals of autism or gave guidance to parents. And then, I know this is reaching for the stars, but what if people like me were involved in what we tell people of how to deal with people like me? Without the bias. There's definitely bias. And the way we've approached autism for a long time has been wrong. I have been victim to some of that. And I'm calling it victim because when you shove pills that you don't fully understand down somebody's throat as, oh, well, let's try this, and it has an adverse effect that lasts a lifetime. I haven't had abs since that one pill that made me gain weight after working for years to get pecs and abs. And I said, well, gain weight. And I gained a lot of weight really quick. I wish we would pay more attention. But as every autist has said that I've ever spoken to, our biggest complaint is that we are not heard. Walking, talking here.